Good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing?
Good morning.
Good. So welcome to Coffee with the Librarian. My name is Terkeisha Evans, and I'm the branch manager here at Lovejoy Library. And I just want to tell you about a few programs that we have going on. So this week we have National Library Week. Yesterday we did the 3D model. That went well. Today we're doing a matinee. We're showing the movie Pixel. So once this is done, then we're going to have our popcorn machine that we just bought so that you guys can have popcorn and enjoy a great movie here. And then Wednesday we are doing open house. So we have created a pamphlet that we're going to hand out so that people can know the different things that they can check out here, the different websites, how to use the websites, the different databases that we have. So come out, have fun. We'll try to have snacks and everything like that. No snacks for you. Thursday, we're going to do the Oculus, which I played with for the first time, and it's very, very fun. I kind of tore up a little bit, so made a little something. I was hitting too hard, but it's fun, so people can come out. And then Friday, we're doing Get to Know Lovejoy Branch Bingo. So Miss Regina has created a bingo sheet. So it's a passive program, but people can take it. And depending on how many winners we get, then we may do a little prize. So that's going to be fun. And some of the programs that we have going on every month, we have Race Old School Corner, which is every Tuesday and Thursday. And we have Wednesday morning at 9 to 10:30, we have EBC Book Club, which is for senior women. So that's fun as well. And then Thursday, we have the Jury Club. So that is ran by Miss Aunt Gina, she likes to be called. But you can come and create jewelry, or you can come and repair your jewelry. And of course, we have our lovely story time, which is ran by Miss Erica James. And Thursday is also Ray's Old School Corner. So we have that going on. We always have a great time here at Lovejoy. Oh, and how could I forget? We also have Meal Chicks. Well, we create food every month. We eat, but we have a great time. So check that out on our YouTube page. YouTube, yeah, I forgot our website. Don't shoot me. But check out all of our programs on our YouTube channel. And so now we're going to turn it over to our great newly appointed director, Scott.
Right. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone?
Doing well.
Good. Have a wonderful crowd here at Lovejoy. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee with a Librarian. I'm Scott Parham, the director for Clayton County Library System, and would love to entertain any questions that you may have. I know we have some that came in through the website, but we have a nice panel here. And so if you've got any questions, I'd be more than happy to try to address those.
I'd like to first say that I really appreciate some of the upgrades that's been here at Lovejoy Library Branch because I live in this area. Also that we had mentioned on our last meeting with you all that we just needed more signs for the new homes that are being built around here to indicate that there's a library over in this area, not just a recreation center.
Right.
I want to also say I appreciate that door that opens on my, wonderful. I know it was probably done in sight of the pandemic. You don't want people opening the doors and stuff, but it's a wonderful thing for seniors as well. And so I appreciate that. And the staff here is wonderful. I have any questions? No, I don't really have any questions outside of, I'd like this room to be decorated.
Right.
I'm that kind of person. So. And I think the seniors here agree with me that we like to see, because not only are the seniors here, your book club is here in this room. Not only is the book club in this room, the jury class is in this room, and the storytelling for the little kids are in this room as well. So I think it's due for an update.
Yeah, it gets a lot of use. And,
yes, it does.
Yeah.
It really does.
And you made reference to us having a meeting not too long ago. And if you bear with me a second, this past week, the Board of Trustees of the library, the county COO, myself, and some additional staff toured all of the library branches And we wanted to have a conversation with the staff, with the public. What can we do better? What are we doing that we could enhance upon? And what were those things that we really needed to focus on that we were kind of missing the bar on? And we did mention upgrading the room. We've already got the wheels rolling for some of those improvements. We haven't forgot the bench outside as well. So slowly but surely, give us a little time and we will definitely make some changes that are tangible and that you can definitely see.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Kim, I think you have a couple of questions that came through.
Good morning. I do have a couple of questions.
Sure.
We're going to start with, because Turkisha mentioned Library Week. What is the importance of Library Week?
This week, starting yesterday, is National Library Week, and it's a nationwide, not necessarily movement, but recognition. And so what we want to do is to highlight the libraries across the country. Public libraries do wonderful, amazing things for the communities that they serve. And we just want to highlight them, give a special, prop, special hands up to the staff, to the creativity, to the patrons that utilize the library and the services, and just bring awareness to that. And so all this week, all of the branches are doing special programs and events. Turkisha mentioned a few, but they're being held at every branch and every location in Clayton County. So the website, Andre will be also updating social media with some of the programs. And so we've got a lot of good stuff going on. And I know for a fact today, we had Commissioner Davis come out and do a story time reading. I think the chairman also stopped by. And so doing a lot of good stuff.
While we're on the subject of upgrading, our patrons would like to know, has the library considered placing the new location of the library in Ellenwood or Rex?
The new location. Let me kind of bring context to the question. We formerly had a Jonesboro branch library, and that library was decommissioned several months ago. And there is effort to replace or have that Jones return. Where geographically it will be, we're still trying to hone in on just where that might be. I have been in conversations separately from Jonesboro that another library branch could possibly be constructed in the Rex Ellenwood area from SPLOST funds. There has been no location designated for that either, but again, conversations are being had to where we will have the Jonesboro Library branch replaced. In addition, we should have another branch in part of the county that's currently not being served. Great question.
Would you like to share your vision for the library?
Would love to. Would love to. Every opportunity I get, I would love to. There are a few core things that I would like to hone in on. Some of our branches are a little dated. And when I say dated, were constructed late 80s and they need some upgrades. We need not just the exterior refreshed, the interior needs to be refreshed. Some of the buildings need new carpeting. We want our branches to be state of the art, not with just the technology, but the look and feel. So when folks come in, they feel warm, they feel invited, they want to stay. And so we are looking at upgrades across the branch, across the system. We are looking at working with the county for landscaping and a beautification package because we do realize that some of our locations need some curb appeal. And so we are definitely honing in on that. We are working with our workforce development organization, our school system. We will continue to work with our school system, pushing literacy, focusing on financial literacy, health literacy, and providing opportunities where they don't currently exist.
Are we currently accepting volunteers applications at any of the libraries at this time?
We are. We are in need of adult and teen volunteers. So if you have some available spare time, away from traveling and going to Aruba and whatnot, we would love to have you in the library, spending a few hours helping staff and getting acquainted with what we do in the libraries. Yes, we welcome that. Teens, 15 and over, I think is the age range that we're looking at. But yeah, please contact our headquarters library and we can get you the application fill out to be a volunteer.
On our website, it's currently saying for the calendar that there's a meeting this week at the headquarters library. Do you know anything about that? I think they're referring to the detour meeting.
Correct. On the 27th, there is a meeting from 5 to 7 at Battle Creek. If you've driven down Battle Creek lately, you would have experienced they're undergoing a widening project. And so coming up very soon, there are going to be some road closures. And so our Transportation and Development Office is having an open or town hall meeting on Thursday, 27th, from 5 to 7 at the Battle Creek Library to answer and to respond to any questions regarding that Battle Creek widening project. So if you're available, please stop on in and give your name for it.
That appears to be all the questions that I have. Does anyone in the room have questions?
I have two grandchildren, 14 and 11. And I just wondered, are there any teen programs like on the weekend? They usually just visit me on the weekend, so it's not every day, but you mentioned the volunteer, it's something we can probably do together, well, with the age, but are there other like weekend activities for teens that maybe can be considered or?
Sure. We have the annual summer reading program coming up, which starts May the 24th. So there will be programs throughout the summer for all ranges of youth. Weekdays as well as on Saturdays. If you are interested in something outside of that, let me put you in touch with our Youth Services Assistant Director, and she can provide you with specific programs that they may be able to participate in.
Thank you.
And if I may, I mentioned a moment ago about some of the initiatives that I would like to see and to concentrate on, and I mentioned health literacy as one of those. All of our branches have a health literacy station where folks can come in and check their blood pressure, they can check their temperature, their glucose, and their weight. We also at the stations have a computer set up. We understand that access to health information is very important for the community. Healthcare in general for some is a challenge. And sometimes when you go to see the doctor, they may require a test or they may prescribe you medication and you don't know what that is. And a lot of times we don't feel comfortable asking some of those really necessary questions. Well, the health literacy stations have a dedicated computer and there are online resources that you can go to, specifically Medline Plus, where you can search a lot of the information that's necessary or required for your specific needs. There's information on there about health tests, healthy recipes, prescriptions. So if you get that medication and you have no idea what the side effects may be, you can go to that website and you can research everything about that particular medication. So it's a very valuable tool, very valuable resource that all of the branches have at them. And it's the health literacy station. So we have one here, I know for a fact, and we've had some folks that go to the rec center across here. They will walk, they'll work out, and then they'll come over here and check their blood pressure to make sure it's within the range. Now, our staff are not equipped to give out any advice or any recommendations, so we definitely encourage and advise you to talk to a physician or a health professional, but the information is there for doing personal research or answering some of those questions on your own. So would strongly encourage that.
Director Scott,
Yes,
we just got a question in about the film classes. Are we
Yes.
still holding those?
we are. That is a series of classes for adults and teens, and it's titled Money Movie Magic Video Production. And if you wouldn't mind providing the dates for those classes, Mondays and Wednesdays.
Monday night is for the adults, and that is from 6 to 8. And then Wednesday is for teens, and that's from 4:30 to 6.
Fantastic. Yes.
What age, what age?
The teens ages are from 13 to 17.
13.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when did that start, the classes stuff?
They're ongoing. They're ongoing. They can start now. It started 2 weeks ago, but people can join. People can still join the classes. So teens on Wednesday afternoon, 4:30 to 6:30, and the adults are on Monday night, 6 to 8 at Headquarters Branch,
Okay.
865 Battle Creek.
But what is it? I mean,
It's video production where we will take, we're going to do 2-minute video movies, and we're going to write them, screenwriting, production with the camera, and edit them. And then we're going to have a premiere party. So you will learn everything from the beginning to the end.
Thank you.
Now, this information is in the school system as well?
We've sent them out to all of the high school guidance counselors. So yes.
Thank you, team.
That's Andre's baby.
It is.
Is there anyone else in the room have questions?
Where did we go to, where did we go to apply for about being a volunteer?
Volunteer. Ask Terkeisha if she's got any of the applications here, and if not, we can send them over from headquarters, from the Battle Creek location.
And what
Good morning.
capacity, volunteer?
Generally helping out with shelving, books, materials, if there are any programs where we need help setting up for the program or getting things prepared in advance of a particular program. Yes.
Any other questions?
Yes.
I would like to know, do you have, a van that would be available for field trips?
Unfortunately, we would not. The van or the vehicles that we have are for library business use only. Both our staff can possibly work on researching either some private or independent contracting companies that you could possibly utilize. Great questions, great questions. Good morning for those that just entered. How are you? Good. Good. Mr. Ray, I need one of those hats.
Oh, old school.
Old school. Yes, indeed.
Do you have any other questions from the room at this time?
I don't have another question, but I do want to reiterate something from our last meeting in that because of the area being built up, new homes, there are new homes all over the area. Like I said, they're cutting down trees and building homes, and these homes are expensive, well, more expensive than they were 5 years ago. In the new homes, they usually give a package, at least I got a package, that indicated a lot of things in the area. And I would suggest that the library put together some kind of little something that would let people know that they have a library in their area and, to come visit it, And I think that would be a good PR thing for them, particularly the number of homes that are being built.
Agree. Very great idea. Thank you.
What other ways are you,
What other ways are you communicating in the community about the services the library has?
In addition to our website, our social media, we're doing this Coffee with the Librarian monthly. I'm getting out every branch. I don't want to just focus on one, but touring all of the different locations, having these conversations with the community. The conversations we had last week, we are looking at scheduling those on a rotating basis. We don't have a timeline yet, but we want to do those more frequently. We have an outreach librarian, and she is out in the community publicizing, marketing, promoting the library on a continuous basis. So we also realize and understand we can't just sit back and expect folks to come to us. We're going to have to meet people where they are, whether that's the rec center, whether that's at the grocery store, the tag office, you name it. You might see us there.
So you have a bookmobile or something?
We are getting a bookmobile.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, we received a grant, and we are in the process of having one designed and customized now. It's going to be about a year before it's ready, but we are uber excited.
That is great.
Thank you for that.
Now that's his baby.
Indeed. Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering, are you on TV?
No, ma'am, not
Library
yet.
program?
Not yet. We're
But I
looking
understand.
at, we have had a couple of our staff do a promotional video that's being aired through the county's CCTV channel. But outside of that, no, but we're looking at it. We're looking at radio promotion as well as getting some more airtime.
Yeah, where I used to live, they had a TV library,
A dedicated channel?
right? And they broadcast a lot of information that way too.
I like that idea. Thank you.
And you know they got free, free spots on the radio as well, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to go back to this young lady's question. We are also on ClaytonCountyGA.gov. You can go on there and find some of our information about library activities. We also have a very active social media life. We have Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. We are on the ground. Okay. So you can find us on there as well.
If you have suggestions where you frequent in the community, where we could possibly have a presence, we've looked at partnering with Kroger, because we know folks have to shop, they got to buy food. Corporate has tight restrictions, so it's been a little challenging. But if there are other community venues where you frequent that, it may benefit the library to have a presence there and come out, we would greatly appreciate those suggestions. Rec centers, we understand, for sign up for those grandparents whose little ones are in t-ball and soccer or whatnot. We have a wonderful relationship with the school system. But I think sometimes the message doesn't always get to the parents. And so if we can help in other avenues, we would greatly appreciate that feedback.
Are y'all familiar with kinship care?
Right across the street, absolutely.
Oh, of course, yeah, right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, and our Northwest Library is right next door to the Frank Bailey Senior Center. So
Oh, yes.
we do a lot of joint projects there as well. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Are there scholarships available to the kids? Some kids might not have, the parents might not have money to pay for the classes, and we have that available scholarships.
We don't have scholarships, but all of our programs are free.
All of them are free.
They are free. And that's one of the public libraries do. We provide free resources, not just programs, but information, accessibility. And so we just want folks to come in and see all the great, wonderful things that we have to offer. And that's our challenge now.
So did you say that the library partnerships with the rec center?
For certain programs, yes. We had a job fair at the South Clayton Rec Center about 2 months ago. I think one of the first Coffee with the Librarian programs we actually filmed at the rec center as well. So yes, ma'am.
I was thinking of, during the summer, you know, the kids are out of school and you might have a baseball camp, basketball camp. And well, outside, I know those are very, very expensive. And if the rec center had that type of activity going on,
Mhm.
would they and you be able to give a scholarship of some kind to a person that's not able to pay the full amount?
I would have to consult with Parks and Rec, but the library itself doesn't provide scholarship. We're not set up in a way that we can financially support another entity or agency. So, unfortunately.
Thank you.
Sure.
Can I just add, as someone who gives scholarships and who's going through the, I have 2 kids. One is in college right now. The other one's getting ready to go. And I think where an opportunity exists for teenagers to give of their time and their energy and resources. Well, they ain't got resources yet, but volunteering in the community through the libraries, that's very marketable skills that a teenager can tap into and be able to market themselves to colleges. And that comes with scholarship money. Because sometimes some kids don't have the grades for whatever reason, whether it's health reasons. But if you're able to market yourself to a college or a university to paint a picture that I know certain things may not reflect what you're looking for in terms of academics, but I am heavily involved in my community. I have volunteered at the library or wherever you volunteer. That comes with scholarship money.
Yes. And in addition, we have resources where we can help students research the scholarships that are available.
Okay.
Online, they've got websites that list every scholarship under the moon and all the requirements and the specifications for those particular scholarships. So we can definitely help them do the research.
I would also like to add that you can call the headquarters library. We have a reference desk, and you can talk to someone over the phone, give them your name and number and exactly what you're looking for. They'll take roughly about an hour or so to research the information and call you back and give that to you. So you can also call the headquarters library, and if after we're done, I can give you that number, okay?
And we also have a chat feature on our website, claytonpl.org, where you can ask a librarian the same types of questions. So if phone call is unavailable, if you're able to log on to the website, we have a chat function where you can submit the questions also. One other thing I'd like to mention that just came to my mind. We recently received a grant through the governor's office, and we are now able to lend and circulate Chromebook laptops. So for summer, if you're traveling or have business at home and can't make it to the library, you can check out a laptop. And I think it's a 14-day checkout period, and all the branches have them. So please ask when you come in if you have that need. Yeah.
Director, is there anything else that you would like to talk to us about?
There is, but I can't think of it right now. So much. But I do thank you. This has always been a very wonderful group to talk to and participate with, and very engaging. A lot of great dialogue and a lot of wonderful suggestions and recommendations. So I thank you all very much for allowing me to be here, and I'll be back. And I also want to give recognition for our Library Board of Trustees Chairperson, Ms. Mapilla Dawn. She's in attendance today. So I've got a great group of staff, and keeps me grounded, keeps me informed, and we look forward to seeing you for another episode very shortly. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Did you have a question?
Me? No, I'm finished.
I have one more, if I can add one
Oh, she
more.
has a question.
And it's because the staff here, I haven't been to the other libraries, but I patronize this one greatly. And the staff here does so many things. I mean, they're very versatile. They do everything from technology, language. I guess they have this equipment that translates language so you can learn a different language. And there's so many languages. There's so many resources in this library. And the staff is absolutely professional and friendly. And I know they had once indicated that, they don't do it for the money, but they would like an increase. Is that on the horizon for them? Because I don't want them to go away.
Where's the county COO when you need it?
I just don't want them to go away. You gotta keep the people that you
Sure.
like, so retain these people because they're very good people and they're so into what they're doing and they're sincere. So I would like to keep them here. I think the rest of us would like to keep them here as well.
And I will keep pushing that message to our county officials.
Good.
Yes,
Tell them we're behind.
will do.
Okay.
Scott, can you speak to the mentorship conversation that's been happening, really that came about due to the meetings we've been having?
Sure. As I alluded to a little while ago, we had last week toured all of the branches, and there were some common themes that came out of each branch that we visited. Several of them were upgrades, as we talked about here. Another bullet point was security and safety, which is definitely needed. Compensation, which we just spoke about. But one of the other ones was a mentorship program. How do we grow our own? Whether they're interested in a career in libraries or another field. Pairing staff up with a person or persons in that particular field that they're interested in helps grow from within. We had a discussion, can't remember what branch it was, and one of the young ladies stated that she wanted to be an attorney. Wonderful aspiration. We need to link her with county attorneys or the legal department with the county. And so setting up that type of pathway for young folks, for young staff who are here, want to branch off into other aspects of life, we should be able to help them with that. And so we are looking to see how we can establish a formal mentoring or relationship type of program. It happens a lot informally where you just develop those bonds with folks, but having something that's an official partnership, we're looking at establishing that too. And that came out of the meetings that we had last week. So, yep. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to make a comment about Ray's old school and the jury class. Ray's old school is it's a meeting, but it's a fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a place where seniors can get together with people their age and talk about senior stuff. So I just wanted to make that comment. And also the jury class, we enjoy that very much. And the instructor she's hilarious most of the time. So we would like to see that class continue.
Okay.
Even though sometimes you might look in on the class and it might not be many, but that's what seniors have to do. We have to go and run the grandchildren this place, that place. So we wouldn't be in that meeting that day. But we thank you for that. And we want that to continue along with the old school.
I would like to see Ray's old school or a version of the senior gathering at the other locations. you can't tell me that there aren't a group of seniors that have like interests, want to do things that are still very active in some of the other communities.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to take Mr. Ray away from him.
Oh.
You're not going to do that. As wonderful as he is, I think he is entrenched here. But he might be able to give guidance to, or at least help establish another, let's say, chapter.
Yeah, right. Don't be in the holiday, yeah. Sit in the other days.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing too is to somehow or another promote the fact that we're seniors, but we're not. I don't know how to say it nicely. Old decrepit people. We're retired professionals, and we are. Our conversations are very about what's going on in our community, what's going on in America itself, and not only that, but how we can better ourselves as seniors, because we're not just sitting around taking although we do, take the grandchildren everywhere they need to go and plant our gardens and stuff like that. People, if they understood that it's about senior professionals or senior people who are looking to improve themselves or do more things with their hands or, their minds or what have you, I think they won't have the misconception that it's a bunch of old people sitting around just chatting about old times when
I think there
when they
is
had to walk 2 miles to school or whatever.
but I do think there's an aspect of that connectedness, that community. They say it takes a village, and again, of all ages. But again, coming together with folks who, as you say, we talk about senior stuff. Talking to a 20-year-old or a 30-year-old about your life's experiences or whatnot, they just don't get it. And so doing things that you like to enjoy collaboratively is value in that. There really is. So I want to know when we're going to play some big whist.
And also, we get a lot of information, what's going on in the neighborhood, what we can get 10% off.
Sure. Absolutely.
And so that's very helpful too.
And they brought in the police chief, we brought in code enforcement. I mean, there's, the community leaders have come in and spoken to us about, our properties and things of that nature so that we are aware of everything that's going on.
Yeah. And that's why I see this being so valuable in some of the other communities that our public libraries are.
Absolutely.
And also, we're gonna ride the bus downtown Atlanta, Georgia.
I heard y'all going to the zoo. I heard you going to the zoo next
Be
week.
my first ride.
Is that right?
I don't drive down.
Okay.
This gonna learn me how to
That's exciting.
ride down. And I used to live in Atlanta, but it's totally changed.
I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time at the zoo. Take water, stay hydrated, maybe warm, but I need to see pictures too. So do you have someone who takes pictures or
We all have
evidence of this wonderful trip?
We all have fun.
Okay. Good morning. How's everybody?
How you doing?
Good.
Can I ask,
Sure.
are you guys or the system ever involved in walks, like, not 5K runs, but, just, I guess they would be, well, I want to say fundraiser walks, but there are parades or walks, just to advertise, not
Yes.
maybe to collect money.
In the fall, we are slammed with different community events, Halloween. I know Jonesboro always has one that we participate in. Scarecrow, decorate the scarecrow in our van. So yes, when the occasions arise and we have staff available, we're there. Yes.
Also, we are involved in the community, giving back to the community also. In fact, we have a person that we are entering in the 5K on Saturday. That's right.
Who's wrong?
All
Very nice. Very nice. Good deal. Well, thank you again. Appreciate your time and your attendance. And we're gonna get out your hair so you all can do what you do. Thank you again.
Enjoying it.
Thank you.
But